Hey, welcome back. In this video now, with this tree starting to bud, I will perform its repotting. This is a Berberis from nursery stock, a gift from a friend of mine, and I have some ideas of which pot I will use for it, but until I see what the roots are allowing me to do in this tree, I cannot really decide. Because this is a nursery stock tree, I can wash the roots, and especially because it's a deciduous, a high water mobility tree. But if this was a conifer, and especially a yamadori, an old tree, I would abide by the principles of never bare rooting, leaving a section unchanged, untouched, and but this is not the case here. However, let's see what the roots give us. So when I will repot a tree, I don't know what the roots offer me. I will start by trying to find a nebari, and this is one of the advantages of repotting before styling any tree, including a conifer, that maybe my plan for styling is not possible with whatever the roots give me. Maybe there is a major impediment that doesn't allow me to put it at the angle that I want, or alternatively, if I repotted the tree after styling, maybe I had to cut a root that turned out in retrospect to being essential for the little branches, the small number of branches that I left, and therefore by having styled before repotting, I may end up with a tree that lost important branches because the ones that would have survived were not left at the time of the initial repot. I'm still looking for the nebari, and I'm starting to see some roots on the top of the tree. For example, here there are some roots, but maybe I will be able to sacrifice them in favor of a better nebari. So I'll just carefully explore deeper the root system. This is highly organic substrate. So just the only tool I use is a chopstick, a bamboo chopstick, and I try to be very loose with it in searching for the nebari. This is probably not a tree in which I actually need to wash the roots to be able to work on them, simply because it's very loose, the root system, and I'm able to inspect it as I work without too much effort. But I don't eliminate the possibility of actually washing the root system, simply to get completely rid of all the organic soil, which doesn't help for cultivation in a shallow bonsai pot. This is in real time, so while I'm working fast, there is no need to be working fast when you're repotting. The only consideration that you should have is that you don't let the roots dry out, but you can take as long as you need, more than a day even. If you need to stop and continue the next day, just wrap the root system on a wet towel, and that will be enough to keep everything okay until you have time to finish. Some of these roots here are all matted and scrambled. Sometimes I simply try to loose them, get them loose and separate them, and then with more clarity I can decide what I cut and what I don't cut. All right. I will try to cut as little of the roots as necessary to fit on the pot, because that will simply make it so that it doesn't skip a beat from the repot. At the same time, I don't want to leave anything that is unconducing to its future as a bonsai. So I'm trying to find any point of greatest limitation, and here there is a major root that comes here that either can be bent or simply will be cut to allow me to have a shallow root system on a bonsai pot. This tree, with the scale that it has, it would definitely be best in a shallow pot, in a colorful pot that contrasts with the red berries, and the green leaves. So I believe I will cut this tap root and stay with this shallow root system here that will definitely allow me to go on a shallow pot. But before I cut it, since I'm fairly sure that I will cut it, I will wash the root systems with a hose and just see what I can save near the base. As usual, I forgot to press play after I paused to wash the roots, and I was talking like an idiot in front of the camera for 5 minutes without noticing that I wasn't filming. Anyway, this is all the roots I removed after washing, and because there were no major limitations, I managed to put the tree in this pot. This pot here has a slight more pronounced change of color of the shades of blue from one side and from the other. I chose the widest nebari with some dead wood that will be preserved in the future, and I had to remove a few branches that I noticed that are dead. This is the first Berberis that I have in my collection. It's a gift from a friend, and noticing all these dead extensions gives me hints that maybe this tree has some special needs that I'll have to research about for this to not to lose extensions. So in this video we went in about 10 minutes from this spot to this, and this tree is on its way to become a bonsai. I don't want to start from zero, removing all the branches. I want the foliage to help recover the root system, and in the future I will style it more thoroughly. There are a few decisions to make. I have some interesting movement. Here, and I have some major areas that are fairly flat. This one. Although this one is sort of hidden in the back. From the front that I chose, it's not hurtful to the eye, but I may remove this one here and leave only this one, for example, or cut it right there. If I cut it now, this side of the tree will be very empty compared to this one, and although I have enough roots here to allow for an asymmetry this way, this is not a decision that I want to make right now. For now, I'll let the tree grow and decide later. So as you can see, it's easy to go from nursery stock to a tree in a pot. It's up to you if you want to develop it in and then repot. I prefer to repot first to deal with the potential issues with the roots before making major plans for the styling. And also, although it will develop slower, I will already derive enjoyment from seeing it in a pot in my collection. So this is it for now, and until the next one, bye bye.